Hey, how's it going everyone? This is OddJob here. In today's video, I want to do some running commentary on the Inside Star Citizen episode that was released last week. There's a couple of interesting parts of the episode, and I definitely want to share my opinions on those.
In 3.5, we're releasing this new flight model, which is kind of a re-evaluation of the core flight mechanics of Star Citizen. Yeah, we got most of our interesting feedback when we actually went to Evocati for 3.5. We made a lot of changes since then. Like one of the big obvious ones is we retuned a lot of the ships several times over the course of Evocati Rush.
I'd say we hit much closer to what the community want, but I'd say we're not quite there yet.
And a big thing that we've learned is that you can't tune accelerations in isolation from the velocities of ships.
Now, as far as the flight model is concerned, I really don't have too much of an interest in it in terms of combat, but what I am interested in is how the flight model is going to affect merchant ships and also all of the other industrial ships that we can fly around eventually inside Star Citizen. So I really hope in later episodes they're really going to spend some time talking into that, because we know that large ships will have a hard time inside atmosphere. We really want to get some more detail on that, because that's really going to affect how we're going to play the game in terms of commercialized ships or industrial ships. So those are the things that I hope that they flush out and they really give us more detail on as soon as those ships actually come online.
The character art team recently completed a sprint on concepts for a new clothing manufacturer called ELD. The intention here, to inject color into the lives of some of Microtech's more extroverted residents. The team is also exploring the potential for animated or glowing textures and how that could potentially be utilized in some of these clothing options.
So this is kind of an interesting discussion, because we know cosmetics is one of the ways that Star Citizen will be able to make money. So in other words, they can start selling these customized skins to people for a few bucks, make them limited edition. Also, another interesting idea, and I hope they do something like this, is that they allow other developers or third party, maybe enthusiasts, to be able to create skins, put them in stores, and then have Star Citizen take a cut of the profits if they actually sell that skin. This is something that would kind of distribute money amongst the community and also keep Star Citizen funded. A lot of these skins are cosmetic, so they don't really affect the balance of the game, and it's a good way to make money. And anybody who's a real true enthusiast who has the technical skills to build these skins and make something interesting, to have them be able to make money inside the video game as well, is something that I would be super interested in seeing and also supporting.
It's the Defender. It's the staple ship of the Banu race. It is their primary fighter. It's a very quick, nimble, agile, and deadly ship. It's mass-produced. It's produced so much, in fact, that they sell them off to the other races in the galaxy.
We've kind of been getting a lot of tidbits about the Banu Defender, and a lot of it is cosmetic or art related or materials related, which is fine and good and all, but I really would like to see some functionality in terms of how the ship is actually going to function. We know that the Banu Merchantman is going to be a long-range ship. How is the Banu Defender going to be able to keep up with the Banu Merchantman in terms of quantum drives? Because we know smaller ships, they're going to have to take more rest breaks or more stops inside their quantum jumping. Is it going to be able to keep up with the Banu Merchantman, or is there some sort of sinking involved that allows it to travel at the same quantum level so that the Banu Defender doesn't get left behind, or it forces the Banu Merchantman to actually make more stops or more rest periods between quantum jumps? There was a post earlier saying that the Defender is going to be a light fighter. It's going to be a glass cannon. A lot of people disagree with that. I am definitely amongst one of them. I would see this as a medium to heavy fighter if it's going to be a long-range fighter that's going to be covering the Banu Merchantman. We really would like to see some of that information so that we can provide feedback on that, because that's truly important, because that's going to affect how we play the game. And it would also affect who's going to purchase this ship in combination with the Banu Merchantman. So hopefully in the next coming weeks we can see some gameplay related content based around the Banu Defender.
Because I'm making new materials, I can't wait to show you guys some of the new alien materials now that the rules have been lifted a little bit on what type of materials I can use.
Now this is kind of interesting in terms of gameplay once again, which is, of these new materials, are they going to react differently when it comes to taking damage or having to repair them, or what's the cost of actually having to replace components with new materials, alien materials? Are they going to be more scarce than, human materials? So once again, it's really interesting to know that we have new materials, but how is that going to affect our gameplay in terms of, how we're going to repair, how we're going to replace, the type of damage that it can take, things like that we really care about, because as we play the game, yes, the cosmetics would be cool, But at the end of the day, we really care how this material is going to interact with us as we're actually fighting with this Banu Defender. So those are the tidbits that I found interesting for this episode. If you have any feedback, comments, or questions, please leave in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.
Doo-doo, the ship do that you too, and I really thought I could get through an episode without saying something silly or stupid.